What's going on, guys? Today we have this 2018 Camry in the shop with a check engine light. We're going to go ahead and diagnose it, but instead of using the factory scanner, I'm going to use this ThinkCar ThinkScan 662 scanner that I did a previous unboxing video. If you want to see that, I'll leave a link for that. We're going to see how this compares to the factory scanner and see if it's easier, harder, if it has the same options. Let's get into diagnosing this Camry. All right, so we're gonna get this thing powered on, got it hooked up to the car. Car's in accessory mode. All right, let it power on here. This is my first time using this ThinkCar ThinkScan actually on a vehicle, so it'll be interesting to see what all it can do compared to the factory scanner. The description says that this thing can do a lot of stuff, so we'll see if this can do some active testing if need be. All right, so we got it powered on now. Let's see if we can connect to the vehicle. And go here and see. Let's go with diagnostic, see if that does anything. Okay, so now we're gonna pick our vehicle. So we're in a 2018 Camry. So let's find Asian, Toyota. Okay, so connecting to the vehicle. Okay, so let's see, automatic search. Loading with smart key, radar cruise. Okay, so it picked up the car. Okay, so now it's pulling all the vehicle information. That's cool. So just by the VIN, it's pulled everything, where this car was made. We just had to put in a couple things. All right, so it looks like here we have health report, system scan, system select, and vehicle information. Since we're doing a check engine light, let's see. Health report, okay, it's scanning. All right, so that was pretty quick. Let's see what all it scanned. ECM, transmission, ABS, SRS, pre-collision, occupant detection. Okay, so we have a code for an engine coolant pump, P26cB71. Let's go ahead and see what that is. So the code is a P26cB71. Looks like here it's like loading some possible information. Let's kind of see what this has. Fault code symptoms, so it gives you some of the symptoms. Circuit inspection, system test, component test. So it gives you different testing on vehicle testing, but I know from diagnosing this on a different Camry before and also on RAV4s, they have the same style water pump, that with the factory scanner, we can actually do an active test and see on the scanner if the RPMs raise or lower. And if it doesn't raise or lower, then the repair manual has you check for voltage and ground at the connector. And if there's voltage and ground there, then they actually say replace the water pump due to intermittent seizing. But sometimes you'll activate it and the RPMs won't go up, so it's actually seized at that time. And sometimes you'll raise the RPMs and they will go up, showing that it's not seized. These water pumps tend to have an internal fault where they jam, but sometimes it's intermittent. Okay, let's do a Google search. So this actually says possible cause: insufficient coolant, engine coolant leakage, engine water pump assembly, or ECM. Okay, so let's see what Google search does. So that just takes you to Google, Toyota engine coolant pump actuator stuck, solved, some, different things, actuator stuck, diagnostic. Okay, so let's see how we can diagnose this with this scanner. Okay, let's go back. Have system scan, system select maybe. So engine ECM. So we can read DTCs just in that one ECU. So yeah, engine coolant pump. So let's see if it has any. So right here we got freeze frame. So we'll load into the freeze frame from where that code was set. Engine coolant pump, the status is confirmed, so it does have freeze frame. So, oh, you have to click that, freeze frame, okay. So I know from our scanner, what we're looking for is electric water pump speed. So let's see here. Doesn't look like this is in alphabetical order. And starting, a lot of stuff here on the freeze frame that you can look at. That's cool. I mean, for the price of this scanner, there's a lot. Next page, okay, so there's more information. Hopefully it shows the water pump RPM. Oh, right here. So electric water pump target speed, electric water pump speed. So this is what it was set at when the code was set. And so the RPM it was wanting was 1,650. And the RPM it actually was seeing was 150. So 150 is pretty much stopped. So this water pump was definitely not moving when this code was set. So let's see if we can, like our scanner, if we can active test it. So on the factory scanner, we can actually active test that water pump and watch the RPMs go up or down. So let's see. Actuator test maybe. So yeah, so we have read DTCs, clear DTCs, freeze frame, live data, and actuator test. And see if that gives us our test. Okay, so we got a lot of stuff here. EVAP, VSV, VVT, control injectors, control, yeah, there's a lot of stuff in here that you can control. Let's see if we can control the electric water pump. Fuel cut. Let's see it. Control oil, thermostat, coolant water, activate electric water pump. Okay. This activate test controls electric water pump speed, available commands, 0 RPM or 3,000 RPM. Okay, so that's exactly the same as the factory scanner. We want to monitor the data if we can. Okay, oh, so you get to select what, instead of having all the data, you can just pick a couple things. And so let's see, we know from the freeze frame that it had electric water pump RPM. So that's what we want to monitor. And this is in alphabetical order. So here we go. Electric water pump speed, electric water pump target speed. So hit OK. Okay, so we can see car is off right now. I don't have anything turned on. So it's at the 0 RPM. So what that one was at in the freeze frame, 150. So that's technically 0 RPMs are off. So it's off right now. So good. Let's go ahead and see if we can speed it up. All right, so at target speed is 3,000 and it's seeing 3,000. So right now it's spinning. So that tells me that from the computer to the water pump, the circuit's good. So I don't need to go out and check the water pump, but per the factory repair manual for this, it's going to tell me just to replace the water pump. So let's go ahead and zero it out. If you guys are getting any enjoyment out of this, please like and subscribe to the channel. After diagnosing this, I'm pretty impressed with this scanner. It can do quite a bit. We got the code. It gave us some information about the code. We were able to active test the water pump, which most scanners of this price range will not do that. It worked real similar to the factory scanner. The only thing it didn't really give us is the factory scanner will actually pull up service bulletin. If we get a code, we can look at those TSPs of known issues. This pulls up Google, which is cool, but the factory TSPs are known issues and not just what someone else found on the internet. So that's pretty cool. I'm actually impressed with this scanner as of right now. I would recommend this if you're a DIY person or just getting into the profession of being an automotive technician. So I'm going to go ahead and replace that electric water pump due to what I found with these readings on the live data. This is the old water pump. This is the new water pump. And if I turn this impeller, you can see this just freely spins nicely. And then this is the old one, which had an intermittent seizing. Not doing anything different. This one's just getting stuck. But if I hold the pump, I can get it to turn. So that shows me that this pump is no good. So I'm gonna go ahead and replace it and put this new water pump in and then finish up. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.